If you remember, in the last lecture, we had started with what is a computer. Then we had drawn a big chart which contained all the components inside a computing system. Am I right? And then we actually started with chapter 1, that was business process management and information technology. Still, I have not started with information technology. We are just discussing about the business process management. Business process management is all about managing the various different processes with the support of information technology so that the organizational objectives can be achieved. This was the moral of the story. And for explaining just this single line, yesterday I consumed around 2 hours. We studied what is business. We studied what is a process. Then we studied what are the various objectives of an organization, and then we started with management. And then I linked management for how to complete the business process in a very effective manner so that we could be achieving the business objectives. That was one question that we did. We started with the second question, but we are not able to complete it. What are the principles and practices of business process management? We learned some principles, and now we will learn, or we would start with practice. And now we would start with practices. Once you have understood the principles, understanding practicals is very simple because practices are based on principles. If I have certain principles which I am following, then obviously my practices will coincide with the principles. So now I am starting with the practices of business process management. Okay? Shall we start? I request everyone to settle down. We are beginning with the practices of business process management. Business process management refers to the proper management of the various processes that are undertaken inside a business. There are n number of processes, starting with planning. We plan the activities, then we bring together, that is organizing various resources that are used by a business. And the most important resource inside any business organization is a human being. Appointing human being is a specialized process called as staffing. After right type of people are taken inside an organization, they require training. And for training, the top management should give proper direction. And after that, of course, after that coordination and control follows. But whenever you are implementing business process management, the first and the foremost thing is you need to appoint an owner for a business process. Now the question is, why to appoint an owner? Owner means he won't be owning it. He is not the owner of the process. It's just a term called as owner. If any process is taking place, who shoulders its responsibility? See, we are all driving on the road, and we Indians, okay, are totally indisciplined when we are driving. Rule says you have to overtake from the right hand side. We are just looking for chance. Left, take your bike from left side. We don't follow rules. The signal is red. Arey, no vehicle is coming. Let me take a chance. And then ultimately there is traffic jam. Everyone wants to turn, and then there is a big jam. Who is responsible? I am not saying that we are responsible. Listen, yes, you're absolutely right. Traffic police is a responsible person. I'm not saying that traffic police is responsible for this mess, but he is a responsible person who should see to it that such mess don't occur. So we are giving him this process. Mr. Policeman, this is your area, and see to it that no traffic jam takes place. He is given several powers. Okay, he can put a fine upon you. So such things can be done. So why we are appointing a person? So that we can hold a person responsible if a specific thing is not working. This is a classroom, almost I can see 500 to 600 students. I enter inside the classroom. Okay, and then I find out that mic is not working and projector is not working. What is expected from me? Should I address this big crowd without a mic? I am a human being, not a lion. Then there has to be some person to whom I'll ask. Okay, I'll go on asking several persons. Hey bhai, dekh na yaar, kyun kaam nahi kar rahe? He'll say, sir, I don't know anything. Then I'll ask him, hey, please see na, this mic is not working. He'll say, how I am supposed to know? I am here for maintaining discipline. That is not my work. Okay, I'll ask Mr. Satish. Satish will say, sir, I take only admission. I don't know how this works. On off button also I don't know. But who is the right person? The engineer is entrusted with the responsibility that all the hardware devices should work properly. So my focus is very clear. If a mic is not working, I'll just ask the hardware person. Hey, the mic is not working. He'll come, he'll do something. Okay, and the mic starts working. So a right person is required to be appointed for taking care of a process. And that caretaker is called as an owner over here. So the first and the foremost step, or first and the foremost practice in a business process management is appointing the owner, making a person responsible for efficient working of that process. And if that process is not working properly, that person will be held responsible. But remember, responsibility always comes with great powers. You are given some responsibility and no power is given to you. What will you do? Nothing you can do. A traffic police is asked to take care of the traffic, but he is not given any responsibility. Anyone can come, say to him anything, and he can leave. He cannot charge you a fine. He cannot stop you. No powers are given to him. What will a tiger do if he is having no teeth and no claws? Can a tiger do anything? Then I will also fight with a tiger. No claws, no teeth. So every responsibility has power. So if you are appointing a person, if you are appointing a process owner, he should be given power. He'll decide what is to be done with that process. And when that process is wrong, he knows what is to be done. He knows which human resource should be used for rectifying that process. And that's your first practice, process owners. Next is involvement of the top management. It is always seen in a corporate world that when a lower level management is saying something, no one will hear to it. Hey, you keep quiet, you don't teach me. This is the answers that they get. But when top level management, I hope you understand there are levels of management, top level management, middle level management, lower level management. When the initiative is been taken by the top level management, then the seriousness creeps in automatically. Automatically there is seriousness. The idea is been conveyed to the middle level management. Then from the middle level management, it comes to the lower level management. And from lower level management, it is automatically inculcated inside a worker. Because the worker knows whatever I am doing, it is being asked to be done by the top level management. So this concept of business process management should be initiated, should be instigated, not by just the process owner, but it has to be implemented. It has to be taken off seriously by the top level management. From there, the seed has to be sown. Then only you can see the fruits at the floor. At the floor means at the factory level. At the factory level means in the field where the workers are working. And here comes the importance of the top level management. Now, whenever we are talking about business process, one fine day, this business process goes on increasing. And it increases so much that a normal human being cannot handle it. Last time, in the last lecture, I gave you one example. I am asking, where is Satya? I am asking Satya to do calculation, that is, calculate the total and find the average. 50 students' data I am giving him. He is able to do it. He can do it. 50 is not a big number. But if I ask him to do the same thing for 10,000 students, and that too in one day, that is impossible. That is almost impossible, right? So here we are integrating information technology with the actual business process. Always remember, information technology will be playing a supporting role. Banking is different. Computers are supporting it so that the banking process is effective, fast and quick. Reservation systems is the main system for reserving tickets. Computers are just helping it. Lecture is the prime thing. All these other components are helping me to deliver better. Computers, IT infrastructure plays a supporting role, but it plays an important role. When the number of processes goes beyond human control, then that person requires help of computers. If I give him computer and then I say, give me the result of 1 lakh students, he won't mind. First 15-20 minutes he has to think. He will design a system. Or suppose he is having Excel, he will finalize the formula and then just he will be implementing that formula on 1 lakh records. Within half an hour, the data will be ready. So business process is continuous. It is large in number. If we want to handle it, if we want to tackle it, we require the support of information technology. And that's why the top level management should understand the need of IT, the need of information technology, and the right technology should be infused, should be integrated with the actual business process. Then and then only the actual process will be able to give you the expected output. Then we have said something called as MMA. Yesterday I said measurement. Measurement plays an important role. You should know where you are. Then only you can finalize where you want to go. So these measurements play an important role. I mean to say, measuring what we want to achieve. After that, monitoring. If my workers are working, I should monitor them so that I can direct them if they are not going in the right direction. Monitoring plays a very, very important role. It sees to it that actions are been going in the right direction. Youth has got tremendous power. The youth has got tremendous power, but this power has to be channelized properly. I am delivering a lecture for the students of CA. Tomorrow, I know you all will be CAs, chartered accountants, and you will do the right thing for accountancy. Suppose this is nothing but a Al-Qaeda type of place, and I am training you to be a terrorist. That power is the same, but it is going in the wrong direction. So I should see to it that the process is going in the right direction. And for that, monitoring plays a very, very important role. And controlling is bringing the things back on track. So the top level management should be doing, number one, measuring the activities, measuring the processes, monitoring the processes, and if the process is not proceeding in the right direction, control it, bring it back on track. That is called as the MMA, the system MMA, system measurement, system monitoring, and system analysis, or control you can say. Then, just implementing information technology in our organization is not enough, because our organization is not an independent organization. It is supporting someone, or it is being supported by someone. And here I am bringing into picture something called as business partners. You need to collaborate with the business partners. Forget about this technical things. I'll give you one example to understand the concept of business partners. Everyone in this classroom must be having a cell phone. 90% of the students must be having internet on that cell phone. I belong to the rest 10%. And you must have installed an application called as WhatsApp. You must be interacting with your friends using WhatsApp. Where are we meeting? At what time is the lecture? I was absent today. What did the lecturer taught today? You are continuously interacting with your friends. But you are very, very technologically ahead, and your friends don't have a cell phone. What is the meaning, or what's the use you having a cell phone very much advanced, having all the applications, and rest your friend circle or your peer group is having nothing? To whom you will message? No one. From whom you will receive the message? No one. Then why you are having it? Useless thing. In the same way, if an organization is being properly equipped with information technology, the business partners should have the same. I am sending an order through mail. But the person to whom I am sending an order doesn't have any computer. Where the mail will go? Nowhere. I am asking him, you mail me the details. What happened? That person doesn't have a computer. He is computer illiterate. He doesn't know what an email is. He knows what an email is, but he doesn't have an internet account. I am technologically very advanced, but those parties to whom I am interacting with, okay, if they don't understand anything, what is the use? Your partner should be well equipped like you. Otherwise, it will be a mismatch. Just imagine, you are a chartered accountant, okay? You are among the better Indians. I mean to say that, now you must have seen that advertisement of Amitabh Bachchan. There are two Indias. One India has everything and one India has nothing. So you are very much advanced. You know everything. You are technologically sound. You live in a metropolitan area. Okay? And you get married to a girl who is from village 60 years back. She has never seen a computer. What a perfect combination it would be, na? Huh? Just think about your husband. He knows nothing. He can't speak English. He knows only one traditional language. And he's... But when I am talking about their husband, why you are shouting? Why you are trying to link yourself? It's a different story for them. Don't you think it is a mismatch? There should be some match between two persons. Now that two persons could be husband, wife. That two persons could be two business partners. Or it could be two big organizations. One organization is technologically very sound, very advanced, and the other business partner is lagging far behind. Can I interact with that organization? I'll feel frustrated. What are you doing? See where the world has gone. We are in the 21st century and you are still in the 16th century. I cannot do business with them. And they will also have a problem doing business with me. And that person is very far away from us. He cannot understand what is our problem. I will not understand now because we are not having any common platform. So it is important for the top management of a particular organization to upgrade the business partners also. So you have to collaborate with such business partners who have the same technology, or at least you take an initiative to upgrade them so that they can help you in your business process. So business process management is not just about upgrading yourself, but maintaining a right rapport, maintaining the right technological rapport with your business partners. Whenever a change comes in, people are reluctant to accept the change. I am not blaming any other person. I myself also is the same. I don't readily like to accept the change. Till May 14 batch, syllabus was different. And each and every topic, each and every chapter, each and every question was in my ROM. I know what I want to teach. I never used to refer the book. I had done the homework 4 or 5 years ago. You send me anywhere, Chennai, Mangalore, Gujarat, in any batch of Mumbai, Delhi, without the book I would enter the class. Without the book means only points, rest things I don't require. And now when I learned that the syllabus has changed, the first reaction was, but I never said that. There is a change, and that change is disturbing me. Okay, I am reluctant to change. Whatever was going, it was so smooth, fantastic. No need to study. Everything I have done. Okay, there is a scope for improvement. I understand. Okay, but that I can do in the lectures also. Rest time I can use it for myself. But now it is not so. 2 months holiday. What I did? Have a book in my hand, sit in front of internet. And my wife was shouting at me, and my kid was shouting at me. Papa, yeah, go away, I want to study. You play with your mom. You play with my mom. His grandma. Okay, but I never liked that I should be disturbed. I don't want disturbance. That's why I never wanted a change. Every person is same in the same way. Once you are fitted inside a specific system, we don't like to change. But when new business process comes in, then the top level management has to take the initiative, and they have to convince the people that this change is very important. I understand that this change is disturbing you, but this is a very temporary phase. After some time, you will enjoy it. Okay, people like working manually. ये जो भी चल रहा है ना अच्छा चल रहा है. No, you have to learn computers. Why to learn computers? But now those old people who have learned computers are saying, oh, it is better, yeah. I need not do it manually. I'll just give one instruction to the computer and computer does it. Now they are saying, yes, this change was good. But that time when really it was required to change, they were reluctant. So some person has to take the responsibility of inculcating this change in them, convincing them that accept it with an open heart. There will be some trouble, there will be some problem, you will be disturbed, but that is temporary. In the long run, it is always beneficial. I convinced myself in the same way. And I think after 2-3 batches, I'll be very much comfortable teaching this syllabus. And that's called as the change, acceptance of the change. And change will not come just by motivating. Hey, you will change now. You will change now. This is not the way of convincing. I have to give them training. Those people who are illiterate with computers, first I have to train them regarding computers. I'll start with scratch. What is a computer? What are input devices? What are output devices? Then I'll be teaching them software. And then I'll train how exactly these things are done on computers. So training is an important part as a practice. And then last but not the least, training always has to be supported with some rewards. Okay? You ask a dog to come, he won't come. He'll just wag his tail, but he won't come. But Show him a biscuit. He will wag his tail vigorously and then he'll come to you. Motivation is done by showing certain rewards. If I make compulsory, you have to attend the lecture. People will say, sir, why? If you attend the lecture, you will get good marks, you will pass IPCC, you can attempt final, you will be a chartered accountant, you will start earning, you will be a wealthy person, and you will be happy. Then people are motivated. But this level of motivation exists only at the top level. Ground level workers, how they will be motivated? Should I convince them to do CA? No question of doing CA because they are not even 12th passed. CPT is a very long story. So one way of convincing them is giving them direct rewards. You are a clerk working in an organization earning a salary of 8,000 rupees and you are supporting your family some way or the round. Okay, it's a very tough situation. I'll say that you should learn computers. He will be reluctant. I don't have time. I'm doing my work. I'm doing some extra work outside. There I am earning 2,000 rupees. I have to support my family. But if I say learn computers and when you start with the new system, I will give you an additional salary of 2,000 rupees. You need not work outside. Now he will be convinced. एक जगह पे अगर 10,000 मिल रहा है तो मुझे दूसरे जगह पे जाने का जरूरत नहीं है ना. If at one place I am getting 10,000, I need not go outside and you will do better in life. This is the additional line I am giving in. So he is convinced. So for convincing the low level workers, or I would say the lower level management and the workers, I need to give them proper rewards, proper compensation. And the same thing is called in the terms of management as performance appraisal. You perform. Your performance will not just be appreciated, but it will be also rewarded in the form of incentives, in the form of maybe commission, in the form of maybe additional salary means increased salary, maybe in the form of some perks. I can offer you something in kind. Okay? So all these things are required to be done if you want to convince your employees for the implementation of business process management. So whenever we are talking about business practices, the first things first is appoint the owner, make a person responsible for that particular process. Next thing is top level management should be playing a very, very important role, and a right type of information technology should be integrated with the existing business processes. Then we have a proper system monitoring, measuring and analysis. And then whatever are your business partners, you should collaborate with them, you should upgrade them, or you should convince them to upgrade themselves. Right type of training is required to be given to the employees, and it has to be properly supported with performance appraisal by rewards. Okay? And these were nothing but the practices of business process management. After learning this topic of business process management principles and processes, we are really learning something which is very simple. And that is understanding different types of business process. See, it has to do nothing with information technology. Okay, it is related with accounts, it is related with production, but still, because it is a part of information technology, obviously I'll have to speak on it. The first cycle or the first process that we are discussing is called as the accounting process. And I'm quite sure that you can come up over here and explain the things better than me. But still, since there are a large number of students, I cannot give opportunity to everyone. Your accounting system starts with collection of documents. A transaction has to take place. I did not tell you, a transaction first has to take place. When a transaction takes place, a document is being prepared. Suppose you are selling something, you are required to give a bill. Suppose you are purchasing something, again you take a bill. I am not interested whether that particular process is a purchase or sale. For me, I, as an accountant, as a clerk, I have to first prepare the documents whichever is necessary. A quotation may be, an order may be, or a final invoice may be, whatever is the case. Once all the documents are collected, now that is done by a clerk. I will not like to name him as accountant, he is a normal clerk. All documents should be collected properly. Then starts the work of an accountant. Then that accountant will check each and every each and every document. And every document will be converted into a journal entry. A purchase is taking place, purchase entry. A sale is taking place, a sale entry. You are receiving money on some grounds, that entry has to be made. You are making payment for something, that entry has to be made. Many a times we deposit money in bank, we take money from bank. I mean to say we withdraw money from bank. That entry has to be passed. The next step is creating, or you are supposed to write down journal entries. Once your journal is prepared, we transfer those journal entries into ledgers. Journal entry is like salaries account debit to cash. So that two part goes in the credit side and nothing goes in the buy part. Salaries account debit to buy salary and to cash. I said just the way around. Are 2 should come over here na, and buy should come over there. Then why no one is having a problem? Salaries account debit to cash. So a journal is required. A journal is required to be converted into ledgers. Okay. At the end of the year, we don't refer journal now. We will be referring the ledger. A ledger has to be closed down. Credit side total, debit side total. We expect that the credit side total should be heavier for trading account, for profit and loss account, for any journal. Okay. Then the balancing figure goes in the trial balance. Then a trial balance has been prepared. And hence starts the process of finalization of accounts. At the end of every year, we need to finalize the accounts so that we can come to know whether our business is earning profit or not. So the trial balance has been prepared. Okay. Then after this trial balance, some adjustments are required. Okay. We make n number of adjustments. And if you are a chartered accountant, purposely you will put some adjustments. Even though there was no adjustment in real life, you will try to make some adjustments. Right? That's the work of a chartered accountant. Na? If really you want to do everything proper, then a BCom, a commerce graduate can also do that. But a chartered accountant is being trained to pass those entries which has never existed. And to skip those entries for which the transaction existed. Then only you are a chartered accountant. Na? Otherwise, a 12th standard student can also balance a balance sheet. What's the big deal? You do right posting, automatically it is tallied. But what chartered accountants do is, they first write the balance sheet figure. And then they think on it, how this will be tallied. Here there is some problem, put some entry and then create a voucher. Okay, chalo. That was the adjustments. After these adjustments, finalization has been done of these adjustments. Ultimately, all these entries are posted in the right accounts. Trading account, profit and loss account, profit and loss appropriation account, and finally the balance sheet. It is said balance sheet shows the true and fair picture of an organization. But I would say balance sheet shows the picture which is being shown by a chartered accountant. I'm not sure whether it is the true and fair, but I am quite sure whatever the chartered accountant wants to show, that is being shown. And that's why there are some cases like Satyam computers, right? Okay. I need not explain more on this. This system, you know it very well. This is called as the accounting process. We are now moving to the next one, and that is called as the sales process. We are moving to the next one, that is called as the sales process. Now what exactly is this sales? A sales transaction starts by receiving an order. Am I right? Okay, I have to first receive an order now. I am not a salesman standing at railway station. Hey, please buy this now. No, hey, buy this now. I am not generating the order. The order has to be initiated from a potential customer. He should make an inquiry about the goods. I will give the quotation. He studies the quotation and then he gives me an order. From here, generating the order, from here, the sales process starts. Once I receive the order, I don't start implementing that order. I'll first record it inside the order book. Inside the order book. Many analysts in the share market analyze the performance of the company based on the order book. If your order book is very heavy, then the company is doing very well. If the company resources are idle and if the frequency of orders entering inside the order book is less, then the future of that company is bleak. That company won't do well. So this order book is very important. Every company sees to it that the order book is filled and the frequency of orders that are coming inside the order book is good one. And that indicates that our company is doing well, our company is making profit, and our shareholders, all the stakeholders are happy. So I'll be recording this order received in the order book. Then when that order will be started, I don't know. It completely depends upon the efficiency of the people of that organization. The waiting time. Many a times the waiting time is 6 months. You go and book a bike, Royal Enfield. At least there is 6 months waiting time. On the other hand, if you are booking some Hero Honda bike, not Honda now, Hero is different now, you will get it immediately. 1 month's waiting time. It shows that the process of production is faster with Hero Motocorp. And the process of production with Eicher Motors, who is now producing Royal Enfield, is slower. Royal Enfield may be having a longer book. Why? Because the demand is high. The one more reason is because the execution is slow. Hero Motocorp will be having a very long order book. Why? Because the demand is more. The process is faster. Still, the demand is more. That's the significance of order book. Once that order book is been filled, that means the order is been recorded, pick release system starts. See, I don't carry goods in my pocket. Okay, it is in the go down. And go down is never connected with the office. Normally, if you see, offices are situated in a posh area where the rate per square feet is very high. And go downs are located in such a place which is deserted, where the rate per square feet is very low. Suppose tomorrow, if a person is opening a go down in Boys Garden, can he afford to do that? If you have money, should you waste money in this way? No. Nungambakam is called as the prime area. Here you will see offices and not go downs. Go down is very far away from the office. An order is received in the office, but the goods has to be released from the go down. After recording your transaction in the order book, the next step is releasing the goods required from that go down. Then the shipping starts. Shipping means every time the ship comes into existence, it is not the case. Shipping means delivering the goods at the doorstep of the consumer. A consumer might be staying far away from that place. So the goods are required to be delivered to him. This process is called as shipping. Technically, it is called as logistics. with the help of logistics, this particular goods are being delivered to him. Once the goods is delivered, once that delivery note is signed, then you can raise an invoice. An invoice is been raised. That means actual billing will be done at the time of invoice. Once that bill is delivered, obviously that person has to pay. If that person is paying, it is a receipt for us. So we will be getting the money, we will be getting the funds. And after we receive the funds, reconciliation is being done. See, funds is not necessary that every time you will be getting cash. You can get a check, a negotiable instrument. Many a times they are also paying money online or they are swiping a card. So reconciliation is required to be done between the merchant banker and the customer banker. Am I right or wrong? From the customer's bank account, the money has to be transferred in my bank account. Suppose there is a check, I'll deposit the check. Then the merchant banker will contact the issuing banker. They will present the check. That check will be honored. The money will be deducted from his account and the same money will be transferred to my bank. Then my bank will credit that money in my account. This entire process is called as reconciliation between two banks. And this is nothing but something called as the sales process, which started with the order, recorded the order in the order book, released the goods from the godown, logistics shipping of the goods to the customer place, raising the invoice, collecting the bills, and then reconciliation with two bankers. With this, I have finished off with the sales process. Now we are trying to understand the mirror image of sales process. I am a merchant, for me it is sales. But the same process for you will be purchase. Okay, so now we are starting with the purchase process. What exactly is this purchase process? There are very few people in India who go for spontaneous purchase. Like they'll go out, they'll finalize the goods, they'll say pack it and send it. They won't even ask price. And then they'll say how much I'm supposed to pay. Acha, this much, check, cash, card, whatever. There are very few people. But a large number of people will be first doing research. Not research on the technology, but where we will get the best deal. Suppose you want to purchase a TV. Do you go in one store, see the TV, pack it and take it home? No. We will visit several dealers. Even though a particular model is fixed, still we will go to different dealers and take a quotation. Find out the price. So whenever we are starting with the purchase process, the first and the foremost thing is inquiry. I'm not super rich person. Forget about super rich. I'm not even a rich person. I'll go, I'll inquire about the goods. And I won't buy immediately. I'll note down somewhere. Now this is summer season. AC is in great demand. Hitachi AC, this much. Blue Star, this much. Carrier AC, this much. LG, Samsung, I'll note down. Model number, price. Then I'll go to another shop. Please, I want to buy one AC. This, what is this price? 34,000. 33,000. Here it is better. This is out. I'll go to another store. I'll go to another store. And then I'll compare everything. Price, delivery terms, service, product, everything I'll compare. And then only I'll place order. So the purchase process starts with inquiry. If that product which you are buying is really very costly, it's not just like going and buying it. Then you will receive a quotation. And we ask for quotation from n number of persons, n number of dealers. Then we will sit and decide. A family meeting will take place. This quotation, this quotation, this quotation, this quotation. We will compare everything. Now, with the help of internet, we check the prices also online. We check reviews also, what people are saying. And I'm very sure that when we check review, We are the most confused persons. Because 4% will say good, 4% will say bad. And what to do? And why to check the review? Follow your heart. Okay, so all these quotations is been studied. Once the quotation is finalized, we will place the order. Order has been placed. Okay, now my work is done. Once I have placed the order, my work is done. Then that shipping and recording, that is all the sales part. I am looking at this process from a purchaser point of view. Once the order is been finalized, I will be receiving the delivery. Once the goods are delivered, I'll be making the payment. Maybe in cash, maybe with a check, maybe with some credit card, debit card. And now that salesperson has to do all the reconciliation. Automatically it will be done from my bank. I won't be bothered about it. So purchase process is a smaller one. It's a smaller one and it is less technical. That is nothing but the purchase process. And after this purchase process, the last process that we are studying is called as a finance process. Now, finance process is that process which I cannot relate with you. For us, finance process is a bit different. We get salary on in the first week or maybe in the last week. Okay? Then the planning starts. What is important payments that I want to make? First, grocery bill, milk bill, light bill, property taxes, medicines. First, allowances will be made for all these things. Then the next thing, he will say, Dad, this month I have to pay my fees. Now that is important. There were two brothers. Dad, I want to purchase a bike. And the other brother says, I want to pay my fees. It is quite obvious, fees will be having priority. Am I right? So this planning is required to be done. But this planning is at an individual level. I am not interested in planning of finance at individual level. I am talking about the corporate world. I am talking about a big organization. Even if it is a big organization, there has to be some financial planning. There has to be some financial planning. Now what financial planning? An organization starts by collecting finance. Am I right? Finance is said as the lifeblood of business. There is no business which can start without finance. So financial planning. How will the money come? Number one, you can get money from owned capital or from borrowed capital. And if it is an ongoing process, money comes through sales. Sales is a very, very important factor for getting revenue for an organization, and revenues play a very, very important role in financial planning. So the first step of a finance process is financial planning. How much we have, how much is expected, and that is the finance available for me. Out of this available finance, so what is that part of the finance that I have to spend compulsorily? That goes first. What is that thing which I can avoid thoroughly? This can be avoided. That I'll remove. That I'll remove it from my financial plan. And the last thing I'll do is what is optional. So that optional thing can be done if we have money in hand. It can be skipped if we don't have money on hand. These three parts you need to understand. One type of expenses which is compulsory. One type of expenses which is not at all necessary. And the third type is optional. There is an accounting term for it, contingent, which may or may not arise. So you have to make provision for it. That comes in financial planning. Then comes the resource allocation. Whatever resources that we have, it has to be allocated properly. First, I have to pay all bills, property bill, electricity bill, physical resources bill. That is the first things I have to make. Second, I have to pay to my suppliers. And then third, I have to pay to my employees. If I don't, suppose my position is very tight, I'm not able to pay to my employees. They'll understand. They need to understand. 1 month, 2 months, please hold for 2 months. I'll give you payment in the month of May. I'll give you extra, but now I don't have money. Please try to understand my problem. Please cooperate with me. Employees will cooperate. Ask the same thing to the government. Government, please. Right now I don't have money to pay the electricity bill. 2 months after I'll pay. Will they listen? Alright, immediately electricity cut. So that is my priority. The resource allocation should go over there. Resource allocation should work in this way. Finalizing your priorities. After that, operating and monitoring. Operating means actually you are implementing your plan. I have to pay, then I have to pay. That actual process of payment will take place. And monitoring is very important. Monitoring means controlling. You are seeing to it that your money is being spent or it is being used in the right manner. That is called as operation or monitoring. And once operation and monitoring is done, evaluation, analysis and reporting. Evaluation means what we thought, what was our plan and what we achieved. Is there a match between them? If there was a match, then my financial plan was right, execution was right, I will be rewarded for it. But if there is a very vast difference between what was planned and what is being achieved, I am supposed to be blamed. That is called as evaluation. Evaluation, I would say, is just finding out what was required and what is achieved. It could be over here, it could be over here. If both are at same level, then there is no need for analysis because I achieved what I wanted. But if the expectation is, I mean to say, if the actual results are much below the expectations, then I'll be worried. What happened? Analysis will be done. Suppose you are appearing for your exams and you expected that you will be getting 80% and you got only 45%. You will start worrying, na? Where did I went wrong? Which paper was, where I lost my marks? All these things you will analyze. But you wanted 80%, you got 80%, you will never care to look at that answer sheet. I know what I have written and I have got marks accordingly. So that analysis part is automatically skipped. So if you are falling low, below your expectations, then analysis plays an important role. And then you have to report, na? Once you get your result sheet, you will tell to your papa and mama, na? Your appa and amma. Am I right or wrong? Reporting is required to be done. Even you have achieved what you desired, you report. And even if you don't achieve what you desire, you still have to report with a very, very sad face so that you are not fired. Right or wrong? So reporting. That's the fourth stage. So finance, a very important process. It starts with financial planning. Once the planning is been done, implementation starts by resource allocation. The resources are required to be allocated. Then after that, once the resources are been allocated, actually we will spend it. Implementation part, operation, and when operation is going on, we need to monitor. And then the evaluation, if required, analysis, and compulsorily reporting. This is nothing but the 4 important stages in a finance process. Are you understanding? Now I know that you have not written anything. Now this is what Wait. Are you clear with the principles and practices? And the various processes that we discussed? Once you understand what is a business process, the next task for the management or next task for the organization is automating that process. We start with the things manually. We do the things manually. Then the next step is turning from a manual system to a computerized one. Okay? Computers will be just used for different processes. Next task is automating that process. Every process is divided into sub-processes. Am I right? For example, I would say a system is divided into various subsystems. Am I right? Like for example, blood circulation system is a system inside our body. Then the central nervous system is a system. Baba Ramdev. Respiratory system, and then the digestive system. Calm down. No discussions, please. Boys section. Our body is a system which is further divided into subsystems. If we want to analyze the system of our body, first what we do is we understand the individual systems. First, we analyze individual systems and then we integrate all these systems to get a bigger system. In the same way, we understood what is the business process. Now we are going the other way around. First, we understood the macro process, but it need not be explained that every macro process is subdivided into micro processes. So now we are going down to a micro process. Whenever a computerization system is required to be developed, we first analyze the manual system. Every part of manual process is converted into a subsequent computerized system. And then all these computerized systems will be integrated to form the main system or the main process. Am I right or wrong? So now we are starting off with the topic of business process automation. It refers to integration of all the processes together and developing such a system which will work on its own. It will take the input from the user, it will give the output to those people who require it. Now I need not define the process. First do process A, then do process B, then do process C. I won't give these instructions. The program is ready. The system is developed. Now it will be only input, process, output. And this center part process is automated. It is automated. Like for example, I'll be just giving the roll number and I'll be manually feeding the marks. Rest I need not do anything. Directly at the output point, I will be getting the result sheet of the students, along with who is first, who is second, and who is third. I need not do calculations. I need not even instruct the computer. First find total, then find average, then check whether he is passing in all the subjects. If he is passing in all the subjects, then only the result is passed. Then they will start with giving the class distinction, first class. I won't instruct anything. I'll just feed the required data, that is basic minimum. The roll number I'll feed and the marks I'll feed. Then the system will accept the roll number, it will access that particular database, find out the name of the student. The marks I have already fed it. Then these marks will be taken in, total will be calculated, average will be calculated. Based on some if condition, the result will be finalized. Based on the result, class will be given. Then a big program will run who will find out who is first, who is second, who is third. And at the receiving end, at the end of the output, I will be getting the printed mark sheets of all the students and one report saying this is first, this is second, he is third. Okay, this is called as business process automation. Automating the process, need not give instructions n number of times. No human intervention is required once the input is given. Now human intervention will be required only to accept the output. That's it. That's called as business process automation. Now, why we require business process automation? What are the benefits of automating a business process? Number one in this is the cost. We have computers, but people are working on computers. Then what is the use of computers? So what we should try to do is, we should automate the system so that minimum intervention is required. Minimum intervention means the number of people that are required in my organization will go down. A computer can do the work of 100 individuals. So now I need to appoint only 10 individuals. Okay, rest 90. I can save the salary which I am giving them. So ultimately, don't you think that I am reducing the cost? Then the next benefit is the competition. Today's world is highly competitive. There is literally a cutthroat competition going out there in the market. And just check out your own life. You are also competing for a specific post for admissions, for engineering admissions, for MBBS admissions. People are struggling out with marks. One mark can make a difference. One single mark. You are in an organization or you are out of an organization because of only one mark. This is the level of competition that is going on. And if you want to perform in this competitive world, obviously you have to be faster. And how can you be fast? By automating the process. Try to minimize human intervention. Try to automate each and every process. Computers are always faster than human beings. And if the work of a human being is been done by a computer, then obviously you stand a very good chance of having a good position in the competition. And last but not the least is called as the service. Service is the ultimate thing which is being seen. We call it as the hard benefits and the soft benefits. Hard benefits are those benefits which are seen immediately, and soft benefits are being filled later on, after some time gap. I'm talking about the service. You go to a hotel, you order one idli, you say, "Hey Tambi, one plate idli," and immediately idli is on your table. You'll be very happy, na? Idli and sambar both, okay. Idli swimming inside sambar. Okay, fine. Hey, don't you think, please calm down. Don't you think if the service is very fast, you'll appreciate it? And if you are very hungry and if you get it immediately, the appreciation level would be at the peak. That's the pace of service. Computers will help you to execute your orders quick and fast. Suppose everything is been done manually. Suppose everything is done manually, it will take a lot of time. Just imagine how many students are appearing for CPT. And if there are individuals who are correcting your papers, you won't get the results on time. Or it will take a lot of time for you for getting CPT results. After CPT, 2 months vacation. The results are not yet out, na? And after the results, then only you will take admission and then the IPCC starts. But that is not the case. Today, CPT exam is computerized, OMR, optical mark recognition, and the computer finds out the result instantaneously. There is a program, it checks for that black holes. Black holes means that circles which are darkened. If it matches, +1. If it doesn't match, then -2.5, something like that. Huh? Sorry, 0.25, not -2.5. Everyone will end up getting marks in negative. So it's a computerized system. You get the results very fast. and you know whether you are in or out. A railway reservation system. First, it was quota system. Quota system means you ask for a ticket from Chennai to Coimbatore. Then that person will pull out the ledger. He will check whether the seat is available. And till that point of time, rest of the line is shouting. But today it is not so. Just you feed the train number, the train name, number of berth and seats required, and the class computer will give you immediate result whether it is available or it is waiting. If it is available, immediately you will get a ticket, and if it is waiting, they'll tell you this much waiting. And then you have to decide. I have seen an improved technique in Mumbai of the railway reservation system. What is seen normally at a reservation counter is, there are some idiots standing out there. They will give a slip. Then that person will say, reservation full. Then they will say, check this train, check some other date, check some another class, and the rest of the line is shouting at them. In Mumbai, there is a system that is not implemented everywhere. Mumbai, there is a system. Yes, okay. In Mumbai, there is a system. There, you have to stand in a single window queue. There will be one window. And you have to stand, everyone has to stand in that queue only. That queue is very long, but that is moving very fast. You have to write a slip. You will give that slip. That person will not reserve a ticket for you. That person will write on that slip, reservation available. And if the reservation is not available, how much is waiting? And then the slip will be returned back to you. In a very short span of time, he does that. Then you will see it. If the ticket is available, then there are 10 more windows. You go and stand in that queue, and now you know, confirm, you will be getting a ticket. And you can get a ticket. Suppose there is waiting. Then you will say, oh, there is a waiting. If you are okay with that waiting, go and reserve a ticket for that waiting ticket. If you are not convinced, then you should fill up another form with different train number, with maybe some different rate or same train number, and then again check for the availability. So what exactly happens is, those persons who are interested in buying a ticket will go and buy a ticket over there. Their time is not wasted. I have seen many persons who don't know how to reserve a ticket. They write something, and then they are standing on that. They are standing near the window. Check for this ticket. Check for that ticket. Check for this date. Check for that date. And that person is supposed to give a ticket, or he is been rendering service to you only. There is a big crowd to be serviced. So this is nothing but, again, the impact of service, the speed of service that you are getting. If your business process is automated, then you will get the benefit of cost, you will get the benefit of surviving in a competition, and maybe coming with flying colors in that competition, and then rendering the best of the service, getting the best of the service. Okay, then what are the risks of business process automation? See, every coin has two sides. If there are benefits of a particular thing, there are certain disadvantages of things. Number one in this is employment opportunities will go down. And in a country like India, we cannot afford to do that. Employment opportunities will go down. If one computer is doing the work of 10 human beings, then what about the rest 9? They will be left unemployed. And those people who are reluctant to change are the first persons to lose the job. Understanding? So you should accept the change. Otherwise, you might end up losing your job. And the next thing is, if the automation is not done properly, or if the process is improper, it will have a deep impact on the service. You are booking a ticket for a train on a particular date, and you get a ticket for some different date. Will you accept it? It will be a mess for you. If a system is not automated properly, it will give you hazardous results, and that is always very, very dangerous for any business organization. No organization will like to give an unwanted result, okay, because the customer will backfire, okay, and you might lose customers. So these are the two risks that are involved in business process automation. The risk of losing a job, I mean to say the risk of reduced employment opportunities, and number two, the risk of improper process. Getting it? Okay, that was nothing but your business process automation. Moving to the next one is called as we are now moving to the next one that is called as accounting information system. By this point of time, I have been speaking continuously on how to use computers for easing a business process. Now I am concentrating on one specific aspect of business, and that is accounting. How information technology can help you to maintain your accounting system, and that system is called as accounting information system. An information system which will help you to automate or at least to develop a process for accounting. Accounting system is all about collecting the data properly, storing the data properly, and processing the data properly. Collecting means, obviously, I am talking about collecting the relevant documents, bills, invoices, and whatnot. Storage means you are required to store it properly. Many organizations have files where invoices are being filed based on the date they are transacted. Am I right or wrong? Yes. That is referred to storage. And one fine day, when that computer person will come, he will take that file and he will punch everything inside the computer. That is called as processing. We can automate this process. Collection means directly in feeding the data inside a computing system. Storage means storing the data on some external storage devices. And processing means actually converting that input into output. And the same output will be required by the decision makers, by the middle level management or by the top level management. Okay. All the sales transactions are being recorded. All the sales transactions are being recorded. Then they will be having the summary of sales. Sales report, we call it as a weekly sales report, a monthly sales report, a quarterly sales report. We can have that sales report. And depending upon the sales report, depending upon the revenue generated, I'll think how I should be spending. I'll finalize the commission of my salesmen. I'll finalize the incentives to be given to my employees. All these important decisions I can make only when I have a proper data, only when I have the right report. So, giving the right report to the right person means giving the right report to the decision maker is the objective of accounting information system. So accounting information system is all about collection of the data, storage of the data, processing of the data, converting it into reports, and most important, giving it to the right person. Understanding the core idea or the basic meaning of accounting information system? After that, this accounting information system is a computer-based program. See, accepting data or infeeding data inside the system will take time because it's a human activity. You can't expect it to be done quick and fast. It will be done according to the humans. But after that, rest of the work can be automated. Okay, storing that entry in the right ledger can be automated. Then closing the ledger and transferring the balances inside the trial balance can be automated. Removing the entry or taking the entry from the trial balance and posting it in the right account can be automated. So the work which can be automated should be done. So a computerized based system has to accept the data and process the data. Some part cannot be some part cannot be automated. Acceptance cannot be automated. But at least processing can be automated. But I would like to tell you, today input is also automated. You know, a user need not type the data. You have barcode readers. Just take the product, tick, data is inside the computer. So now input is also automated. So for that, for a good accounting system, you need to have a strong computer-based system. So I would generalize this term by saying that accounting information system is a computer-based system where the data is collected, processed and reported to the right person. And the right person could be the internal management. Internal management means departmental heads. Yes, the board of directors. See, dividends declaration, giving interest to the creditors, it is all decided by the top level management, board of directors. But giving commissions and incentives to the salesman, that will be decided by the sales manager. So whatever data we are generating from an accounting information system will be helpful for the internal management. At the same point of time, this data is also helpful for the external people or the external parties. Now, who are these external parties? Shareholders. If now the shareholders can have a ready information, they will know whether the company in which they have invested is performing or not, to hold the shares or to sell the shares. The creditors will come to know what is the progress of the company, and they can take a decision whether to allow them credit or not allow them credit. Now, this accounting information system can be also done for finalizing the tax and paying tax. Your work, the work of a chartered accountant, is now computerized. You just have to feed in information and the tax figure is calculated automatically. Tax is paid online. Statutory books are updated online.